But I got a funny high school story.
All right, let's hear it.
You want to hear it?
Yeah,
I'm down for high school.
So, I'm 100% Puerto Rican. And if you're Puerto Rican and you're Spanish, you understand you're scared of your mother. Like, it's something about your mom. My mom was...
You don't mess around.
My mom was, she'll whoop you. She'll whoop you for no reason, whoop you. And I'll tell you something that's a funny story that always stood out with me. And I always done things to push my mom's buttons. Mm-hmm. All my brothers.
Oh, it must have been fun with an aggressive mother.
But my mom was that type of person that she would hit you with anything. Mm. Like back then, like you was allowed to get away with stuff, man. Life. My mom would grab. If the vacuum cleaner was out and that cord was like, 10 feet away, she'll grab that cord. If a hanger was something, it was grab. She'd take her slipper off. Like, it didn't matter. She was going to town. Okay. Something happened. And so I moved from New York City to New Jersey. And the Happiness School I go to is a very, very athletic school. And they asked me to go out for the football team. And I said no. And the head quarterback named Dan Sabella, still remember this like yesterday. He goes, hey, you're gonna come out for the football team. I heard you're a pretty athletic kid, and come out. And I was like, nah, football ain't for me. He goes, and then all of a sudden, all these linemen got up, and they were like, we'll see you at 3. And I was like, I'll see you all at 3. And I went out for the team, and the first thing they did was put me in a race with all these guys, and I outbeat all of them. And I didn't know how big of a deal, as being a true freshman, now you'll be playing the varsity team. So I'm on this varsity team, and I'm practicing throughout the week, and the first game of the season's coming up. And I have to take 2 buses to school. So I lived in Palisades Park. So I have to go to high school, and I would have to take 2 buses. And the interesting thing was it was our first game, and my mother the night before goes to Atlantic City with my stepfather. And the next day comes, and my mom, and my double bunk bed, my mom crashes into the room. I swear to God, I thought, like, what happened?
Right.
And my mother is just with the belt, 2 belts in her hand, like hitting me, pow, how dare you have a party? How dare you have a party? Just hitting me everywhere. And I'm trying to cover up. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And my brother's like, Mom, you need to relax. And she was like, you had a party. So no, I didn't. And she grabbed me by the ear and she pulls me out the house. And I look outside and my whole house is decorated. And I knew nothing about cheerleaders coming to your house.
Oh.
And they decorate your house before the game.
Oh my God.
No. So I had balloons. Number 22, like, let's go.
You're about
like,
to kill it.
I'm like, how did it get up to the second story window?
They tossed them girls up.
They literally, my house was bombed. And it looked like I had the biggest party in New Jersey I ever had. And my mother was like, you're done. You're not playing no sports, nothing.
God.
And I'm sitting there. I didn't know what to say.
So you got your butt kicked.
Got my butt kicked. Trying to play a sport, and so my mom, like, for the first time, and like, my mom's like, I don't believe you. And I'm like, Mom, I'm telling the truth. Like, I didn't have a party. And she's like, explain this. I just can't explain it, because I still don't understand what just happened.
Is there pictures of this? Somebody's got to have a photo of your house.
And my teammate with the assistant coach comes over to the house, because I lived out of town. And picks me up, and I had to walk outside. And my mother's like, he's not going to play sports no more. He had a big party on what it is. And the coach is dying laughing. He's hysterical. And I'm like, Coach, man, put him in a bad position. Don't be laughing at my mom. You know what it is? And he was like, dude, he was like, the cheerleaders came over, man, to decorate you on the varsity team. And my mother says, you get those cheerleaders, come back over here, take all of this stuff down.
Wow.
And that's the only way my son goes back. You know how embarrassing that was? The cheerleaders all came back and took it off for me to play the game. And I was like the laughing stock of the moment of the team. And my mother said to me, if you're going to play a sport, just get something clear. You ain't never having this house decorated. And you do it like that. And I said, Mom, I promise you, I would never, I didn't even know they even existed. But then my mom, to this day, hired a babysitter every time she went out of town because she assumed I was having a party. She still to this day never believed me.
Oh my gosh.
Never believed me. She thought it was a cover-up. She thought it was a cover-up, like these cheerleaders got your back. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, Mom. And I was like, well, what cheerleaders know it is? So I don't know, like if you guys went to play any sports in high school and anything, was that the normal thing like people would do? Like these cheerleaders come and decorate your home?